Hello, people. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day this video may find you. Look, I have a video here today that it's kind of second video from the spiritual Big Mama video. So I wrote this down here. Gonna read it. But it says here, last week I did a video titled The True Legacy of Big Mama or Big Papa. And in the video at the end, I discussed that there are two types of Big Mamas. Today I'm going to discuss the other Big Mama. The Big Mama that's on the other end of the extremes of the Big Mamas I talked about in that video. That Big Mama required nothing. This Big Mama required everything. This Big Mama is the queen of the toxic family. If she's successful, all of her seed will follow her steps on different levels. This Big Mama usually has low self-esteem, but hides behind fake, usually liquored down laughter. This Big Mama usually has failed in relationships, including marriages. Therefore, she has little, if any, respect for marriage. But she likes to be married because she likes what marriage represents, and she usually will have to depend on another person for her finances because she has a lazy spirit, as most toxic people do. She trains her flock to honor her at all costs, including their own thoughts or dreams of being married and having their own family. She makes sure she keeps them all locked in and engaged to satisfying her. This Big Mama invests little, if any, to anyone but when it's something that she's going to get out of it. She's not affectionate, so those in her flock have little, if any, as well. Because of her lack of affection, her seed doesn't know how to receive or give love. This Big Mama rarely, if at all, will mention God or Christ. She will never mention God or Jesus Christ until her old age, when she believes it's time to use the empathy of those who love God to get in her circle. Because she knows the people that she has bred. She knows them. She knows they are just as selfish as she is. And even though she has manipulated them their entire life to neglect and abandon their own family, if any of them ever marry, they will still show no affection to their spouse or children. Most won't ever be married, usually because they will attract their own kind. Others that use and manipulate people too. Some may be clever enough to understand that they need an empath on their team. They know that the image they want, they aren't willing to work for. And they aren't willing to work for. So they know that they must find an empath strong enough to take them on that journey, to carry them all the way. This will be true even for the males in the flock. The males will usually be successful at getting good empathic women to build them and carry the load. The females, like her, will have a hard time reeling in guys that will take on this task. Instead, many will end up with toxic males that use them. Big Mama will witness this and not be bothered or moved at all to change or encourage change to those she see living with one failed relationship after another. And if she knows any of the males are abusing mentally, verbally, emotionally, or physically their empathic mates or spouse, she will not encourage change for them either. Not only will she not encourage change, she will aggressively attack anyone who tries to speak up for it. This Big Mama was always the villain, unlike the other Big Mama. She was always the villain, this Big Mama, in the mask of a hero. See, the absence of a male prevented those in her flock from having the courage to even attempt to suggest change. See, the mindset of a person being everything to you can be scary, a scary thing. And any thought of severing that relationship can bring about anxiety. Also, usually this Big Mama is as hard-hearted as the spiritual Big Mama loved. This Big Mama used bullying, gaslighting, devaluing, physical abuse, and the silent treatment to keep her flock under her spell. As her flock got older, some of them realized how her ways had destroyed their lives. But they would never admit it. Never. Many of them had begun to notice how her so-called love was one-sided. But they would dare to utter a word. She was their God, and she took pride in it. Unlike the spiritual Big Mama, this Big Mama loved being God. This Big Mama loved being number one in everyone's lives. She could care less that her children and grandchildren and all those she influenced would never know God. That was her mission. Because knowing God would mean acknowledging her failures, abuse, and manipulation. Knowing God would mean they would know that she lived her fake happy life at the expense of their life and their children's. They would know that as they built her up, they were being swindled to believe they were living a happy life too. But they were existing. Existing in a way that they never had a chance for love. Again, they were never admitted. So the toxic Big Mama lives and dies, sucking the blood out of her flock, leaving the flock searching for answers as to why they never got the courage to escape. Because when she's gone, their God will be gone. And they would not only not know the true God, but will also be filled with bitterness, rage, anger, and unwillingness to change, because living that life has now been passed down to their children. And like the toxic Big Mama, they refuse to accept any accountability. And they take on the toxic Big Mama role, because now they can finally have their chance at being in control fully. Something they had waited their entire life to do. But they couldn't as long as she lived. So people, I know that's a lot. It is. But it's true. There are people out there just like this. We know them. Some of us may have been in the circle. Some of us may have been raised in that. And we know which ones, we know which umbrella we were under, whether we was under the umbrella of the spiritual big mama or this big mama. We know. And we know how it has affected our lives or the lives of the people that we love, that we know and love. All I can say is, like I told you on the other video, neither one of them are good. But this one here, yeah. You can literally, living up under this can be literally working for the devil and don't even know it. So, like with the other big mama, truth is critical. Okay? The other big mama, I talked about her and how she needs to set her people free. And that big mama, once she understands the harm, she'll do it. This big mama, no, she won't. The only way that her flock will be free is they will have to aggressively, and I say this again, aggressively set themselves free. The spiritual big mama, she'll willingly step down and repent and ask for forgiveness. This big mama, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, I say this to you for you to go back through, watch this video, watch the other video, and see which one has influenced you and which one has influenced the person that you are in a relationship with, a marriage with, a business with, whatever. People that you know, that you're close with. It's not hard if you accept truth. If you accept the truth, you'll know which one. You'll know which circle you've been in. You may have had a mixture. Some of us had the, because, you have grandmothers and then your mother and your aunties and your uncles and everybody, so you may have had a mixture of these big mamas in your life, You may have had a mixture. That's very, very possible. But what I wanted, the reason why I did these two videos, because I want people to look at how these things influence and affect the lives of those that look up to these people. Okay? None of my videos is to devalue or demean anyone. I'm just going to speak the truth. Okay? About anybody. Okay? I'm not trying to slander nobody. I'm not trying to make anybody look bad. I'm just trying to help some people that want to be helped. And they have not been able to do that. A lot of it is because some people just don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you, when you're trying to figure out that truth, people are shutting you down. People are shutting you down. If you're out there and you like, I want to know what's going on. I want to be able to live. They're shutting you down. That's happening. So, that's my reasoning for these videos. Okay? It's all about healing. for anybody that wants it. Okay? For anybody that wants it. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. This is a little longer than I usually have my videos because my talking at the end. But listen, I hope this video blesses you. Look, like and subscribe if you feel like the videos that I am delivering to you guys is something that could be helpful to you or others. Like if you see this video and you think that there are a lot of people out there that probably needs to hear this, you need to hit that like button, because hitting that like button is going to allow the YouTube family to understand that people want to see this. Okay, and so it'll be able to get more people to come to the video and see it, and hopefully get something that can help them heal. So anyways, I love you as always, and you have a blessed day. Love yourself, but don't change who you are on the inside. Okay, love yourself, but don't change who you are on the inside, because you don't want to go to this extreme. Okay, remember I was telling you about the extremes. Okay, you don't want to go to that extreme or that extreme. You kind of want to be in the middle and kind of let God guide you. Okay, and set your boundaries and stick with them. Anyways, have a blessed day. I love you. Bye.